Have you ever looked at the world's most powerful people, the politicians who never seem to lose an election, the billionaires who build empires from nothing, the CEOs who run massive global companies, and just wondered, how? How do they do it? Have you ever thought how these politicians and businessmen are able to stay at their positions for so long? It's not just luck, and it's definitely not just about working hard. There's a hidden playbook, a set of rules they live by that gives them a massive advantage over everyone else. It's like they're playing chess while the rest of us are playing checkers, and they know every single move before it's even made. So what do? What's their secret? Today, we're pulling back the curtain and revealing that exact playbook. Here are some very effective rules that are followed by these people. We're going to break down some of the most mind-blowing strategies that the powerful use to get ahead and stay there. These aren't just theories. They are practical, sometimes ruthless tactics that have been used for centuries by kings, generals, and modern-day titans of industry. Once you see them, you'll start noticing them everywhere, from the boardroom to the world stage. This isn't just some random list I came up with. These laws are from the book 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. This book is basically a masterclass in human psychology and strategy. And I'm telling you, even understanding a few of these laws will transform the way you think. It will change how you see your boss, your friends, and even yourself. So, if you're ready to learn the secrets that the top 1% use to shape the world, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. Alright, let's start with a mind bender. Most people think power is about forcing people to do what you want, like a dictator. But that's amateur hour. Real power, the kind that lasts, is way more subtle. It's about making people there in control when they're actually just puppets in your show. This law is all about controlling the options. You don't tell them, you have to do this. Instead, you present them with a few choices, maybe choice A, B, or C. They feel empowered because they get to pick. But here's the secret. You designed every single one of those choices to benefit you. No matter what they choose, you win. It's the ultimate illusion of choice. You're not the tyrant, you're the helpful guide offering them a path. Think about a magician asking you to pick a card, any card. You feel like you have free will, but the deck is stacked, the game is rigged, and the outcome was decided before you even sat down. This is how the smartest leaders operate. They guide their teams, their customers, and even their rivals down a path where every fork in the road leads back to their own goals. They make people feel like they are willingly part of the plan, which makes them work even harder for a victory that was never theirs to begin with. It's not domination, it's masterful direction. People don't want to hear about harsh reality. They want to escape it. Reality is boring, it's tough, and it's often disappointing. What people crave is a dream, a fantasy, something to believe in that's bigger and better than their everyday life. The most charismatic leaders in history understood this better than anyone. They didn't sell policies, they sold visions. They didn't offer a product, they offered a transformation. If you can tap into the collective dreams of a group of people, you can get them to follow you anywhere. Offer them hope, promise them adventure, paint a picture of a glorious future, and they will become your most loyal followers. This is the power of the spectacle, the magic of the promise. It's why people buy lottery tickets, follow influencers who showcase a perfect life, and invest in risky startups with a grand vision. They are buying into a fantasy. The key is to be the person who provides that fantasy. Don't get bogged down in the gritty, boring details. Focus on the big, exciting, emotional picture. Make your promises vague but incredibly alluring. When you create a fantasy, you're not just a leader, you're a beacon of hope. And people will do almost anything to protect the source of their hope. Every single person has a weakness. It could be an insecurity they hide, a secret desire they never talk about, or a pleasure they can't resist. This law calls it the thumbscrew. It's that one little pressure point that, if you find it and learn how to use it, gives you immense influence over someone. This isn't about being a monster and blackmailing people. It's about understanding human nature on a deep level. To find someone's thumbscrew, you have to listen more than you talk. Watch what makes them emotional, what they complain about, what they brag about, and what they try to hide. People are constantly dropping clues about their vulnerabilities. Once you've found that thumbscrew, you hold a powerful key. It could be their need for approval, their fear of being seen as weak, or their greed for money or status. By gently pressing on that point, you can guide their actions. You can motivate them, persuade them, or if necessary, neutralize them as a threat. It's like finding a hidden lever that controls a complex machine. Most people are completely unaware of their own thumbscrews, which makes this tactic incredibly effective. Master this, and you'll be able to navigate any social or professional situation with a massive unseen advantage. This one is huge, and you can start using it today. How people treat you is a direct reflection of how you treat yourself. If you act nervous, uncertain, and apologetic, people will walk all over you. They will sense your lack of confidence and treat you as inferior. But if you carry yourself with dignity, confidence, and a sense of purpose, if you act like a king, people will instinctively start treating you like one. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Your own belief in your value becomes a crown that others can see. Now, this isn't about being arrogant or loud. It's about a quiet, unshakable self-respect. Think about it. When someone walks into a room with their head held high, makes eye contact, and speaks with calm authority, you automatically pay attention. You assume they are important. They haven't said a word about their accomplishments, but their demeanor has already commanded your respect. Start treating your own time as valuable. Dress in a way that makes you feel powerful. Don't apologize for taking up space. When you project an aura of royalty, people will be hesitant to disrespect you. They will offer you the best, give you their attention, and see you as a leader. You teach people how to treat you by the standards you set for yourself. In the game of power, timing isn't just one thing, it's everything. You can have the best plan, the most brilliant idea, and all the resources in the world. But if you make your move at the wrong moment, you will fail, spectacularly. Mastering the art of timing means understanding that there are different kinds of time, and you need to know which one you're in. There's long time, which requires patience. You have to wait for the right conditions to develop, like a farmer waiting for the harvest. Rushing things will only ruin your chances. You have to watch, wait, and resist the urge to act impulsively. Then there's forced time, where you need to act with incredible speed and decisiveness. This is when the opportunity appears, the iron is hot, and you have to strike with everything you've got before the moment passes. And finally, there's end time, knowing when the game is over and it's time to conclude things gracefully. Powerful people are masters of this rhythm. They know when to lie low and be patient, when to explode with focused energy, and when to stop. They never seem hurried or caught off guard because they are always in sync with the flow of events. They don't just react to time, they make time their ally. There will always be things you want but can't get. It could be a promotion that went to someone else, a person who rejected you, or an opportunity you missed. The natural reaction is to obsess over it, to get angry, to complain. But this is a massive trap. By showing your frustration, you are giving that person or problem power over you. You're admitting that it got under your skin. The most powerful response? Complete and total disdain. Act as if it's beneath your notice. By ignoring it, you rob it of its significance. You signal that it's so unimportant that it doesn't even register on your radar. This is the ultimate power move. Ignoring someone is more insulting than attacking them because it implies they are nothing. If a rival tries to provoke you with a petty insult, don't engage. Just smile and walk away. If you can't have something, treat it with contempt. This isn't about sour grapes, it's about psychological control. It keeps your own mind clear and focused on what you can control, and it drives your opponents crazy. They wanted a reaction, and by giving them nothing, you win the mental battle. You stay in control of your own emotions, and that is where true power lies. Law 37. Create compelling spectacles. You know, we live in a world that's really driven by visuals and symbols. Words can be forgotten, arguments can be confusing, but a powerful image? That sticks in the mind forever. This law is all about understanding that people are way more moved by what they see than by what they hear. So, to capture attention and win people over, you need to create compelling spectacles. Think of those massive product launches with dazzling lights and a charismatic CEO on stage. Or think of royal weddings, military parades, or those huge victory celebrations. These events aren't just for show. They're carefully crafted displays of power, confidence, and, well, success. A spectacle distracts from any problems, focuses everyone's attention exactly where you want it, and creates an emotional connection that logic just can't break. And hey, you can use this on a smaller scale too. The way you present a project, the way you celebrate a team's success, even the way you dress, these can all be forms of spectacle. It's about creating a powerful, memorable visual statement that really reinforces your message. So don't just tell people you're successful, show them with a dazzling display. In a world full of noise, the person who can create the most compelling spectacle is the one who controls the narrative. Law 38. Think as you like, but behave like others. Having original, unconventional ideas is definitely a sign of intelligence. But, broadcasting those ideas to everyone around you, that's actually a sign of a fool. Society has its own set of rules, traditions, and accepted ways of thinking. If you constantly go against the grain and make a big show of how different you are, you'll just alienate people. They'll see you as a weirdo, a troublemaker, or even a threat. You'll be isolated, and honestly, your power will be zero. The smart move is to blend in on the surface. Publicly, you should pay respect to the common way of doing things. You behave like others. But privately, in your own mind, you can think whatever you want. This is where you really cultivate your creativity and plan your unique strategies. You save your originality for the people who will appreciate it and for the moments when it'll have the most impact. This law is about the art of camouflage. By fitting in, you give yourself the space and freedom to think and act without being constantly judged or attacked. Don't waste your energy fighting pointless social battles. Play the game, blend in with the crowd, and keep your true, powerful thoughts for yourself, at least until the time is right to unleash them. Law 39. Stir up waters to catch fish. Anger and emotion are, strategic liabilities. An angry person just can't think clearly. They make mistakes, they overreact, and they totally expose their weaknesses. This law teaches you to use that to your advantage. The goal is to always stay calm and objective yourself, while making your rivals furious. By stirring up the waters, you create a chaotic, emotional situation that clouds their judgment. You can do this with a subtle insult, a move that questions their competence, or by playing on their insecurities, their thumbscrews. As they get flustered and angry, they'll start making rash decisions. While they're thrashing around in the murky, emotional waters they can't see through, you remain perfectly calm on the shore. You can see everything clearly. You can anticipate their moves, spot their mistakes, and wait for the perfect moment to act. It's like a fisherman who stirs up the mud at the bottom of a pond. The fish get confused and swim right into the net. The key to this entire strategy is your own self-control. If you let them get you angry, then you're just another fish in the water. But if you can master your own emotions while manipulating theirs, you will always have the upper hand. Law 40. Despise the free lunch. Nothing is ever truly free, ever. When someone offers you something for free, a gift, a favor, a free lunch, it almost always comes with hidden strings attached. That free thing creates a sense of obligation. Now you owe them. You're subtly in their debt, and they can call in that favor at a time of their choosing, often for something much bigger than what they gave you. Accepting a free lunch puts you in a position of weakness. It compromises your independence and makes you a pawn in someone else's game. Powerful people understand this, so they insist on paying their own way. By paying for everything, you are free from any sense of obligation. You owe no one anything. This gives you incredible freedom and power. You can act without worrying about who you might offend or which favor you have to repay. It also sends a powerful message that you are self-sufficient and not easily bought. So be wary of the free lunch. Be generous with your own money because that creates obligation in others. But be very careful what you accept from them. Your independence is priceless, and paying your own way is the price you pay to keep it. Law 41. Avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. Let's say you take over a position from someone who is a legend, a superstar CEO, a beloved coach, a brilliant artist. It might seem like a great opportunity, but it's actually a death trap. You will constantly be compared to the person who came before you, and you will almost always fall short in people's eyes. Their accomplishments will become a ghost that haunts you, and everything you do will be measured against their legacy. You won't be able to establish your own identity or build your own power base because you'll forever be living in their shadow. It's a game you can't win. The powerful move is to find your own space to fill. Build your own legacy from scratch. Don't be the son of the king. Be the man who builds a new kingdom. find a different path, create a new position, or change the game so much that the old rules and comparisons no longer apply. You need a clear stage where your accomplishments can shine on their own. If you have to follow a great predecessor, make a big symbolic break with the past. Show everyone that a new era has begun. Don't just fill someone else's shoes. Bring your own shoes and walk your own path. Law 42. Strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. In any group, trouble can almost always be traced back to a single source. One or two individuals with strong influence, a loud mouth, or a rebellious spirit. These are the shepherds. Most people, the sheep, are passive and will follow the strongest influence. You can waste all your time and energy trying to negotiate with the entire flock, but it's useless. The real solution is to identify and neutralize the shepherd. Once the source of the trouble is gone, the rest of the group will lose its direction and cohesion. The sheep will scatter. This doesn't always mean you have to be brutal or literally remove them. Striking the shepherd can mean isolating them, cut off their power base, discredit them in front of the group, win them over to your side so they start leading the flock in your direction. The key is to recognize that the group's power is concentrated in its leader. By focusing all your energy on that single point, you can solve the problem with maximum efficiency. Don't get bogged down dealing with the symptoms of the trouble, the complaining sheep. Go directly to the source, the shepherd, and the problem will solve itself. Law 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. You can force someone to do something, but that will only breed resentment, and honestly, they'll just look for the first opportunity to betray you. True, lasting power comes from making people want to help you. To do this, you have to win over both their hearts and their minds. Winning their minds means appealing to their self-interest. You need to show them logically how helping you will also benefit them. People are always thinking, what's in it for me? So you need to have a good, clear answer to that question. Frame your goals in a way that aligns with their own ambitions and desires. But logic alone is not enough. You also have to win their hearts. This means appealing to their emotions. You have to connect with them on a human level. Show them you understand their values, their fears, and their dreams. Use powerful stories, symbols, and gestures that resonate with their feelings. When you can get someone to support you both logically and emotionally, their loyalty will be unshakable. They won't just be following orders, they'll be joining you on a mission they truly believe in. This is how you turn followers into devoted allies. Law 44. Disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. This is honestly one of the most psychologically devastating tactics you can use against an opponent. The mirror effect is when you perfectly mimic what your enemies do. You mirror their actions, their strategies, and even their words. This does two things. First, it completely confuses them. They can't figure out your strategy because you're just reflecting their own strategy back at them. It's like trying to punch your own reflection in a mirror. You can't land a blow. They become frustrated and start to second-guess themselves, which leads them to make mistakes. Second, it's a massive insult. By mirroring them, you're mocking them. You're showing them how predictable and transparent their tactics are. It's a nonverbal way of saying, I know exactly what you're doing, and it's so simple I can do it too. This infuriates them, pushing them into that emotional state we talked about earlier, where they just can't think clearly. The mirror effect is a powerful tool to neutralize an aggressor. It disarms them by making their tactics useless and infuriates them by making them feel foolish. You control the situation by turning their own energy against them. Law 45. Preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. Everyone talks a big game about loving change and innovation, but the truth is, humans are creatures of habit. Deep down, radical change is honestly terrifying to most people. It disrupts their routines, makes them feel insecure, and creates chaos. If you come into a new position of power and try to change everything overnight, even if your ideas are brilliant, you will face massive resistance. People will sabotage you, resent you, and long for the good old days, no matter how bad they actually were. You'll be seen as a reckless disruptor, not a visionary leader. The smart way to bring about change is to do it gradually. Publicly, pay respect to the old way of doing things. Talk about how you're building on the great traditions of the past. Preach the need for change, but frame it as a gentle improvement rather than a radical revolution. Introduce your reforms slowly, one by one, so that people have time to adapt. Make the change feel like a natural evolution, not a violent break. This way, you get the benefits of reform without creating the enemies and resistance that usually come with it. It's really the art of making progress without anyone noticing until it's just too late to stop it. Law 46. Never appear too perfect. It seems counterintuitive, right? Don't you want to be seen as flawless and brilliant? No, appearing too perfect is actually dangerous. It inspires envy, not admiration. Envy is a silent, poisonous emotion. People will secretly resent your success and look for any opportunity to trip you up. They will celebrate your failures and work against you in the shadows. Appearing to have no flaws, no weaknesses, makes you seem inhuman and unrelatable. It makes people feel insecure about their own imperfections, and they will hate you for it. To protect yourself, you need to strategically display a few harmless flaws. Admit to a minor vice, a small mistake, or a relatable weakness. This makes you seem more human, more approachable, and less threatening. It disarms envy by giving people something small to feel superior about. It's a calculated move that says, "See, I'm not perfect, I'm just like you." This allows people to feel more comfortable around you and lowers their guard. By selectively revealing small defects, you distract from your major strengths and make your power seem less intimidating, which ultimately makes you even more powerful. Law 47. Don't go past the mark you aimed for. In victory, learn when to stop. Victory is a dangerous moment. The adrenaline is pumping, you feel invincible, and the temptation to push your luck is overwhelming. You've won the battle, so why not keep going and conquer the whole kingdom? This is where so many powerful people destroy themselves. In the euphoria of victory, they become arrogant and greedy. They go too far, pushing past their original goal. This creates new enemies, stretches their resources too thin, and often undoes the very victory they just achieved. A win can quickly turn into a catastrophic loss if you don't know when to stop. The masters of power are also masters of restraint. They set a clear goal before they ever start, and once that goal is achieved, they stop. They consolidate their gains, celebrate their victory, and resist the temptation to get greedy. They understand that going too far is often worse than not going far enough. Knowing when to stop is a sign of strategic genius. It shows that you are in control of your emotions, not just your enemies. Don't let a great success be the prelude to a great failure. In victory, learn when to put on the brakes. Law 48. Assume formlessness. The final law is perhaps the most profound. The most powerful thing in the world is that which has no form. Think of water. It can't be grasped, it can't be broken, and it can adapt to any container. This is the model for ultimate power. To assume formlessness means to be fluid, adaptable, and unpredictable. Don't let people figure you out. If they can define you, if they can predict your next move, they can prepare for it. They can build a defense against you. But if you are constantly changing like water, they will never know what's coming next. This means you shouldn't be tied down to one single strategy, one rigid plan, or one public identity. Be a master of disguise, change your tactics, adapt to every new circumstance. Keep your enemies and even your friends guessing. The more formless you are, the more power you have. Your power is in your ability to move and change, to never be pinned down. In a world that is constantly shifting and changing, the rigid will break. The ones who survive and thrive are the ones who, like water, can adapt and take any shape necessary to achieve their goals. So there you have it, a peek behind the curtain at the strategies the most powerful people use to shape their world. These laws can seem intimidating, even a little dark. But here's the thing, power isn't evil, it's natural. It's a force like gravity or electricity. It's all around us all the time. And whether you use it to lead, protect, or rise, that's up to you. Understanding these laws doesn't mean you have to become a ruthless manipulator. It means you can protect yourself from those who are. It means you can navigate the world with your eyes wide open, understanding the hidden dynamics at play in every interaction. These principles are tools. A hammer can be used to build a house or to tear one down. The choice is always in the hands of the person holding it. By learning these rules, you're not just learning how to gain influence. You're learning how to be a smarter, more strategic, and more effective person in every area of your life. Which law hit you hardest? What was the one that made you go, whoa, I've seen that before? Let us know in the comments below. We read every single one. And remember, it's not about playing dirty, it's about playing smart. Thank you so much for watching. Learning how to see the world differently is the first step to changing your place in it. We have so many more incredible ideas and breakdowns like this coming your way, designed to give you an edge in life. If you got any value from this video and want to keep leveling up your thinking, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. Do not forget to subscribe for more such videos. We'll see you in the next one.